Hey everyone, today we'll be discussing what is an audit and 7 reasons why you need to have one. We have been in the audit industry for over 3 decades and we have noticed there's a lack of knowledge among the SME and startup community about what an auditor does for you. There are obviously various types of audits and each audit has its own specific purpose. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to stick to external audits in general fashion and not get into each type of audit. Do note, we're not going to be talking about audit requirements of large enterprises like the ones trading in the stock market. We're going to be talking about aspects for small and medium sized companies, startups, or other family owned businesses, and so on. If you are running one of these kind of businesses and not getting an audit done, then you might not be knowing how important an audit is for the success of your business. There are also many businesses in the same category who get an audit done but might not know what are the major benefits of having it. They just do it for compliance purposes. Hey everyone, before we move ahead, please click on the subscribe button to stay updated on our weekly business and finance related content, which is incredibly useful for business owners, CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, and those who aspire to be one. Now let's get back to the video. Before getting into what are the major advantages of having the auditors, let me first explain to you in a simple term what an auditor really does. An external auditor is an independent and qualified person who comes in periodically to check your books of accounts and internal systems, procedures, and controls. They then advise on correcting the accounting errors and ways to improve these systems and controls. And finally, they issue a report stating the opinion on the same. Let's get into 7 advantages of having an auditor. Accurate financials. Unlike an MNC, you might not have a huge team of qualified accountants who are ensuring your financial statements are accurate. Having an auditor to come in and check your books of accounts is incredibly useful. By the end of the audit, your books of accounts will be accurate, complying with the international accounting standards, and also make sure it's comparable from year to year. Point number 2, it's better for decision making. Once your financial statements are accurate, the management of your company will be able to analyze them to make better business decisions in the future. If the numbers you use from the accounting reports are inaccurate, then the decisions you make on the basis of these inaccurate numbers will also be wrong. And this will impact the performance of your company. Point number 3, reduce risk of fraud in case of prevention and detection. When an independent auditor reviews your internal systems, procedures, and controls, they will be able to advise you on where the weaknesses are. Correcting them will astronomically reduce the chances of fraud. We have seen many cases where frauds have not been discovered just because an audit was not done. Obviously, doing an audit does not guarantee that frauds will not happen, but this will reduce its odds. Point number 4, trust. This is probably the most important reason why an audit is important. In fact, all other reasons we discuss in this video branch out of this one point, trust. Doing an audit makes sure that all stakeholders, owners, investors, lenders, and so on of the company trust the financials being shared by the management or accounts team. Let's take, for example, there are multiple partners in a company, and one of the partners is active and is managing the company and runs the day-to-day activities. Doing an audit is incredibly useful to make sure that the trust between all the partners is maintained, so that the sleeping partners or the non-active partners do not feel that they have been cheated and the figures that they're seeing are accurate. Point number 5, it's incredibly useful when you're looking for an exit or getting a bank loan approved. If you're planning to exit your business, then conducting an audit every year will increase your bargaining power. You will be able to assure your investors that the numbers you've provided to them are accurate. Or if you approach a bank for a loan or other facilities, then your bank will most probably require you to get an audit. This is to see what is your company's financial health. Point number 6, trusted advisors. Your auditors are always your trusted business advisors. It might not be in the scope of the audit work to provide you with business advice. However, most reputable small to medium sized audit firms would be more than happy to do so. You can take advantage of their financial expertise and their experience handling other clients in the same industry. Reason number 7, legal and tax compliances. You might be required to audit your company due to any legal or tax compliances in your jurisdiction. Let's take UAE for example. As per the company's law in UAE, it is mandatory for all mainland companies to complete their audit every year. However, this is not required to be submitted to any government authorities. This will mostly change in the future, mainly because of the increasing compliances, the tax system maturing, and the expected implementation of corporate tax. Hope this video gave you an understanding of what an audit is and how useful it is for your business. Hey everyone, you've reached the end of this video. Thank you all for listening. If you like this content, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. If you'd like for us to talk about any specific topics, please do let us know in the comments below. Hope to see you in the next video.